Hi everyone, how are you? I am feeling much better today. Definitely got a lot of things done. Sorry, Bailey just walked out of here. So, well, people start jumping on. I'm going to tell you a couple of things that I've learned over the last few days. First of all, we are going to be okay. And second of all, the nurses and doctors and support staff that are working tirelessly. And apparently there's more to come. So we will see, but I do want to thank all of those people working in the medical field because I really appreciate that, and I'm trying to do my part in staying home. So, I like to keep myself busy. I am an action-based person. So I get up around 5 every morning and go to bed about 11 at night. 5 or 6. Anyway, so today's video is going to be about waterfall braids when people start getting on. This is the same mannequin that I used the other day if you were watching. I did curl her hair, so I brushed it out a couple of times and I prepared for this video. So I did do the braids and then brush her out again. So as you can see, as a follow-up to my last video, your curls, if you let them cool down after you do them, will stay in place. So that is really good to know. So the other thing that I want to mention is if anybody knows how to sew, a few of my friends work in the medical field, and as a backup plan, they've asked people to start making simple material masks. So this morning, I actually cut out my material. It has not been sewn yet. So I cut it out and I'll let you know how it goes because I'm going to attempt to make what I can. It was actually not my idea. It was my friend Chantel's idea. And so I'm going to attempt doing that, see what happens. Anyway, hi everyone. Hi Michelle. Hi Kat. Chris, how are you? So I'm nervous again, and I prepared for this. So there's a few things that I've learned about myself while people are hopping on. One, I like to keep busy. Two, it's not only about myself, but I've been calling people that are scheduled in the last or the next few weeks to let them know that we're going to reschedule them for a few weeks further. And it was so appreciated that I gave them a call as opposed to a text or a social media post about being closed. So if you guys want some advice from me, call your friends, call the people that you maybe don't always call all the time. But our phone lines, I'm answering them. So if you give me a call and I don't answer, I will get back to you. So the Salon number, 613-882-8046. And Helen, happy birthday. I see that you popped on. And when I was talking to you earlier, I forgot to say happy birthday from yesterday. So let's get started. So the things that I'm going to use are this wet brush. It's bendable. It's really cool. I have them. So if anybody's interested, I can deliver them to you. My misunderstanding from today was that I thought that we could not send out orders. So we can, and we will. So email us, text or call. So I'm going to brush through my mannequin, and a lot of static happens. Some product buildup, especially on the second or third day that you're styling your hair. So what I'm going to use as a prep is the Illuminate Euphoria Spray. Now, lots of different product lines have their own version of this. What I like about this, however, is the fact that it will take a little bit of the product buildup out and leave your hair shiny and not staticky. So you can see, I hope you all can see, that it brings the curl back as well. So you can use that to wear your hair curly for a second day, as well as prepare it so your hair's not sticking together while you're trying to braid it. Prep products, preparation, the right tools, the right product, really important. So that's what I've done. Prep the mannequin. Now the mannequin is 100% human hair, but it goes through a fairly intense sterilization process. So it's a tiny bit different than regular hair. So again, Luminate spray, awesome prep, even for fine hair, it's not greasy. So what you want to do with this waterfall braid is decide where you're going to part it. And I think I'm going to part it off to the side for the simple reason of being able to show you what I'm doing on camera. Again, I did prep for this, but I'm so weird. Like, I get nervous as soon as it's almost time to do this for you all. So, I've done all of that. Now I'm going to take a tail comb. There are several different kinds of combs that you can use. This is a rake. I like to use that for after I've done curls. This is a back combing tool, a regular tail comb, and this has natural bristles to it. So I'm going to use this one today, and I have decided to go on a side part. I'm going to take a little triangle right at the front, and I'm going to comb it out the opposite direction I want the braid to land. I'm going to do a bit of back combing. And if you guys can't see me or you have questions, I do have Vanessa watching, and she's going to try and help me answer some questions if you have any. So yes, I am doing a bit of back combing. If you can see there, there's a bit of a bed, basically. I'm going to comb out the front of it because we don't want to have any bubbles or bumps. And now I'm going to take a piece. So I have my second piece just behind there. Do a slight little bed in there as well. And then I'm going to take my third piece. So I hope you all can see it. So we have a bit of a lift, and I am going to take my 3 strands and weave them on top of each other. Now I did 1 full braid. Now I'm going to leave this piece out, okay? And I'm going to grab my next piece from just behind the last, and I'm going to make that now my third piece. And so I'm holding on to 3 pieces, leaving this one out, and I'm going to do 1 full cycle. Now I'm going to pick up from the top again, just behind the last section, and just clean away any of the mess there. And I'm going to again do around and then leave 1 out. Okay, so you're picking up from the last, behind your last section. So it's kind of like a French braid, where in this particular case, I'm only taking from the back side. Now I can take from this side, but for this video, I'm going to show it this way. Again, dropping a piece of that hair. And now, coming around to the back, I'm just going to take a couple of other sections here. Do full cycles of braids now, because on her head, this is enough on this side to show what we're trying to show. The waterfall braid, which was requested by my friend Tracy and her daughter. So now I have my braid. We're going to leave some of the ends loose in this particular case. I'm going to take that same comb and do a little bit of gentle back combing. And you can choose to use a clear plastic elastic, which looks like this, if you can see it. And I'm going to take it and just wrap it around. So these are nice because they claim to be ouchless. They seem to work fairly well. And now that's currently what it looks like. So you can see the pieces pop out. Again, I'm working on mannequin heads, so it's a little different. Hi, Freed. I hope you're safe in Florida. Thank you for watching. So now that's the basic waterfall braid. So now what I'm going to do is take my bobby pin. They're designed to pick up the amount of hair that they can take. So you see people doing this, you overstretch it, it won't hold. So you do not need to open up the bobby pin. You take it and you put it, let me turn her around. She's not cooperating. And you take it like this. So the opening is there and you go into the braid and push it towards the front of it. I hope you all can see that. So now, sorry, I just hit a call or something. So in this case, I want to hide this elastic here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of the hair and I'm going to wrap it around the end of the hair. And then I'm going to take my bobby pin, collect that hair and push it back. Make sure you have the piece in there and push it back into itself. So I don't like to use a ton of product while I'm working with the hair, because if I change my mind and I want to move it, of course, you know, everybody has a preference of how they like to see their hair on their own head. So you do need to make adjustments. And then the one other thing that I'm going to show you today is pulling the hair apart. So you see all these wide braids, really expanded looking hair, which I love. I think it's gorgeous. So what they do is they actually take their fingertips like this. Okay, so I like to use a powder lift product. So it's a powder. I unfortunately do not have any, but it is on the way. I've ordered it. So it's one of the award-winning product lines for that. So I'm going to shake it, spray it in, pull apart the hair. Really separate it. This is great for fine hair, as it does leave you some grit. So now I'm pulling apart these pieces, working them like this. Now careful not to do it too aggressively, like you just want to gently touch like this, okay? And you pull it apart. And then it looks a lot fuller. And then if you feel like it's loose, you just again grab a bobby pin and push it into the braid. So you never really want to see, and one of the challenges for a lot of hair stylists are, you don't want to see the bobby pins. You want to make sure that they're hidden, almost like it's magic. So that is how you do those sort of bohemian, more organic type hairstyles on your own head. So she looks lovely. Put it in the comments. One more thing that I'm going to show you before I get going is people are asking me about root touch-ups. So currently there's not a lot to offer you because I can't come to your house and I can't have you at the salon. So a couple of things that you can do are, in this particular product line, we have what's called Conceal, and there's 5 different colors: black, dark brown, brown, red, and blonde. Okay, and it's a clay-like product. You just snap it into place. This is it. And then you take the hair, and wherever you see your part line, you just dab it in and the root. As you can see it start working there. These products last forever, so you don't have to worry about buying a ton of it over the next few months. This should last you about 6 months. So blondes out there are afraid because bleaching their hair is not an option in my mind on their own. So what you can do if you have blonde hair, and I guess I can show you this on my own hair with the red one. People with blonde hair are going to have their dark roots come in. So what you'll want to do is take the clear definition, the clear line away, and camouflage it. So what you can do is hold your hair and just feather it out. Now obviously you would do it with a dark one. You can see it happening here with the red on my own hair. And I'm using the camera from my phone to see what I'm doing. So it's not that hard. I found it more challenging learning about computer stuff. Just as a word of advice, if you get me ever to do computer things for you, you could find things like employees missing from the schedule. So thank you, Vanessa, for helping me through that today. Otherwise, we would have no column for you. So I don't know what you guys think. Just to recap, we talked about the waterfall braid, things to use to prep your curls, how to wear your hair second and third day, different products, and also, yes, if anybody knows how to sew, as a backup, there are lots of medical people that are looking as a backup for 100% cotton masks. Again, I have prepared some material. If you're looking for the, what is it called? The, somebody help me out here. the template for this mask, then just email me at salonbliss@outlook.com or private message me, call or text. Any of these things interest you. I will do a recap of what I talked about today. And please tell me what you want to see over the next few days. Is anybody going shack wacky? I just learned that term over the last couple of days. I read it somewhere online that out east they call cabin fever shack wacky. So I have been texting. I just learned that there's a little button on the thank you pattern. It's called a pattern. Thank you, Chantel. Yes, and that is the Chantel that gave me the idea in the first place. So I love you, Chantel. But yes, shack wacky out east is a term for cabin fever. So I have been texting people. If you're one of my friends, you're a lucky one that may have received this message. But you can, in the little box, you can actually select voice message and you can record and send it to people. So I am a trickster and a joker. Somebody like me is packing up all the products from the salon, which is 25 stairs up, putting it in plastic bins, carrying it down to Bank Street sidewalk, and waiting for her ride. Yeah, people definitely had some questionable looks on their face. So, yeah, with that image left in your mind, please send me your requests. If you're interested in the pattern, I will send it to you. Product, I can still deliver it. I did freak out a tiny bit the other day by misunderstanding that touchless delivery and later and things like that were not allowed to run. Anyway, feels silly. Oh, one other thing that I learned.